right, we are live. Super Bowl Sunday, Clams and Claws, February 8th, 2026. Joey, how you doing?
I'm doing good. This is the funeral for football season today, the last football game of the season, and it's sad. It's sad a couple of weeks ago, but today's like a big show. Everybody's gambling today. Everybody's gambling. I'm ready
Yep.
to go. I'm ready. You want to talk about the championship games quick?
Sure, yeah. So, Seahawks, they took care of business against the Rams. That was a high-scoring affair a couple weeks ago. What was your thoughts on that game overall?
Like what I said, or what I figured was who's gonna win the game. It came down to special teams, and that's what happened in that game. The special teams for the Rams has been terrible all year. I remember the game that I had them when they were up 26-6 on the Eagles, two block punts, missed field goal, missed extra point. The
Hmm.
special teams was going to catch up with them, and I was on Seahawks that day, and I got my money back from the Rams, so that was good. And the
Yeah.
Broncos game, the Broncos, I think could have been here if Sean Payton would have kicked the field goal. Right or
Hmm.
wrong, Carson, you know that. He's
Right.
supposed to be come from the Bill Belichick tree. I'm a big Bill Belichick. Parcells. He's my mentor. Parcells would have kicked that field goal.
Hmm.
And, I think the Broncos would have won that game. They would have been handicapped with the backup quarterback, but they still would have been there. You never know what could happen. And, Kurt is rooting for Seahawks because he has a grudge against
Yeah.
any team that beats his team.
Right.
So
Exactly.
he's on Seahawks today. Big shout out to Kurt. Was in the house at the Mecca, world's most famous arena, Friday night to watch the Johnnies beat UConn. And that,
Yeah,
what a great game! Big atmosphere. Heard a lot of pushing and shoving in the crowd going on. A lot of the liquor was flowing, and the Johnnies come out with the win.
for sure. That was a big win for them. So yeah, we'll get right into the game, Joey. Seattle's laying 4.5 against New England. Both teams 14-3, obviously won their conferences. We were talking about before the show started. Do you think this line's a little bit too high?
I think so. I just heard from Tommy Gable. He runs the Bugatti in Atlantic City. He has the number. He said this number is right by the power ratings. I just think this number should be 2.5, 3. It's on neutral field. It's on grass where the Patriots play. Seattle plays on the turf. I
Hmm.
think 4.5 is too much. I like the Patriots plus 4.5, and I'm going to sprinkle something on the money line. And the total, I went under 46.5 when it first came out. It's still around 45. I
Hmm.
still think this game is like a 23-20 game either way. That's where I'm angling towards the under, and I like the Pats plus
Yeah.
the points, and I like them on the money line a little bit.
Yeah, they've kind of, everybody's said that, oh, they've had an easy schedule. They've had the easiest schedule. They got a favorable deal with Mike Vrabel, and shout out to him. He's been terrific, for the Patriots this season. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, everybody says, oh, well, the Broncos are going to win against the Patriots. They lost against the Patriots. I don't know about Drake May in the playoffs. Well, he's proven that he's gotten to the Super Bowl. Still waiting to see what happens in a big time moment from Sam Darnold, with the Seattle Seahawks. But you got two quarterbacks that were kind of doubted to start this season, and they ended up in the big dance at the end of the year. So it should be a really good game. But like I said, I can't stand the Patriots. I'm hoping the Seahawks win, but like I said, I would not be surprised if New England pulls it off today for the outright upset either. So, do you have any prop bets today, Joe? Any touchdown scores, or do you like anything for that?
Yeah, there's so many. I like over 3.5 field goals
Mm-hmm.
because both coaches like field goals. I like total of 1.5 interceptions. I think they'll both throw an interception. So I like over the 1.5 interceptions. I like Henderson over his receiving yards, anytime touchdown for him.
Mm-hmm.
And the other running back for the Patriots, Stevenson.
Yeah, Stevenson. Yep.
Somebody likes him to be the first player to reach two receptions, receiving receptions at 10-1.
Oh wow. Yeah.
Yeah, so you could see May checking down a little
Yeah.
bit. There's a lot. I like Kenneth Walker the third under the 73.5 yards. That's down to 65.5 yards now. Now it went way down.
Right,
You know,
for sure.
yeah.
Yeah,
There's so many props. There's so many things. Red Gatorade is 14-1. They both have red Gatorade.
yeah,
They say on their side anyway. I don't know. You
right,
know,
yeah, it's hard
there's
to
so
say.
many props. Like there's so many different things. Um, I like too. Like for value, tied at the half. Patriots to win the game, tied at the half, and Seattle to win the game. I think one's 14-1 and one's 11-1. You
For sure.
know, Pats are 14-1 to win if in the tie at halftime, and Seattle's 11-1. I mean, those are pretty good ones. You don't want to go too crazy just on one game because this is it. Unless you're a one-time rodeo guy and you want to, bet you $500, you save it for this game, no problem. But if you're gonna play college basketball and just bet what you always bet.
For sure.
Don't, yeah, that's when you get in trouble. Don't unless you got some extra money in your bankroll that you're all right, but don't go overboard.
Exactly, yeah. Anything else, Joey? Stafford won MVP over Drake May. Do you agree with that? That was a close race. There was like a one vote difference between Stafford and May, and then we'll wrap it up.
Yeah, I don't got any problem with that. I don't have any problem with him winning it. I'm
Mhm.
not too, I'm a little pissed off that Belichick didn't get in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah,
I mean, come on, what are we doing, man?
that was crazy. Yeah. He's like one of
That's
the greatest coaches
sabotage.
ever.
Can we
Yeah.
stop with the sabotage in this in the world, like in the whole world? Like, stop, man.
Right.
Let's
Exactly.
let's call it what it is. The banana's yellow. It ain't red. They're gonna tell
Right.
you this banana's red. No, it ain't yellow.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. So it'll just only be a matter of time. But the fact he wasn't inducted, not even first ballot, is ridiculous.
We
So
never talked about the Giants hiring their head coach.
right. Exactly. Yeah.
I went on WFAN the day he was having his press conference. I called up the fan because they were doing the press conference. About 10
Yeah.
minutes from the press conference, I said to Tiki Bob, I says, Tiki, you going to talk to Harbaugh? I said, because I says, he blew more games. Remember the Carson? I was saying is how many for 2 years? This guy blows more games in the fourth quarter with a double-digit lead than any other coach. He blew 11, 14 games like that.
Yeah.
And
Exactly.
I said, Tiki,
Yep.
ask him, tell him he owes Joey Clams two Sergio Tacchini sweatsuits, a pinky ring, and a pair of Salvatore Ferragamos.
There you
It was
go.
it was on the radio. He goes, I'll ask. I'll tell him. Let him know.
Sounds good. But yeah, guys, good luck today. Enjoy the game. And who knows, Joey, maybe next year the Lions will maybe get there. So I'll have to wait on the sidelines.
What do you think the Lions need to do?
I think they need O line, defensive help, O line, stay healthy. There's a chance that our all pro safety Kirby Joseph, he might not ever play football again. So you
That's
got to talk
terrible.
about that. But yeah, a lot of things that needs to go well for the Lions in the draft. So I got to take off, Joey. But it
Go
was
ahead.
good talking to you guys,
Let's
and enjoy
go.
the rest
Good
of your
luck, buddy.
Sunday. Yep,
Go
sounds
get
good.
him.
See you guys. See ya.
All right. Bye-bye. Hey, Siri. Hey, Siri.